Dear friends, welcome to my channel. Myself, Gaurav Bharat Kumar, working as assistant professor in the department of CSE. In today's session, we will discuss about how to create a table with domain constraints in SQL with the help of SQL in database management system. Actually, we know how to create the table. So here, I am also here included one small syntax. Here, my aim is to create the table students with the fields SID, name, age, and GPA. Here today's agenda, my aim is what is the meaning of domain constraints, how we will rectify, what is the solution for this type of domain constraints. Before we are moving to the practical session, now I will explain what is the meaning of domain constraints. Okay, actually in the integrity constraints, we have four different types of constraints are there. One is domain constraints, another one is entity integrity constraints, next referential integrity constraints, key constraints. First, we will discuss about the domain constraints. Actually, the domain constraints can be defined as the definition of a valid set of values, an attribute. Here, at the time of initialization, at the time of declaration of the table, at the time of creating the table, we will mention the data type related to the particular field. Okay, so here our aim is in this particular table, my aim is to create the ID field, name, semester, and age. Here, please observe here, what is the related age means 17, 24, 21, 19, up to no problem. But in the for the ID 1004, the age is capital A. What is the meaning of capital A? So this type of problems are related to the domain constraints. How we will rectify this type of problems? Okay, now we will show how to create the table with domain constraints. What is the meaning of domain constraints with the practical also? Okay, after that we will find out the solution for that problem. Okay, now I will move to the compiler. Actually, here I am downloaded the MySQL 8.0 command line client. Okay, so here actually at the time of installation, we will assign one password. So here I will type my password. Okay, so next. Okay, so my compiler is ready for the executions. So actually in this compiler, we have a lot of databases. So first we will see what are the databases. So for that point of view, we are using the command show databases. Okay, here in my system, what are the databases available are information schema, MySQL performance schema 6. Okay, here with the help of any one database, we will create the table. So now I will use the MySQL database. In that database, I will create my tables. Okay, so now we are ready to create the tables. Up to now, what are the available tables in MySQL? So with the help of show tables, we will show. Okay, these tables are available, 38 tables are available in the MySQL. Now my aim is to create the new tables. Okay, first I will create the tables with the domain constraints. After that, we will find out the solution. So first we will discuss what is the domain constraints. Okay, so here already the syntax is available. Create table students. For the student ID, here I will consider the string. Okay, that means that's why I will consider the data type char with the maximum 20 characters and the name with the maximum 30 characters. Age also I will consider the maximum 30 characters. GPA I will consider the data type as real. Okay, now I will create this table. Okay, so already we have one on compiler. So with the help of this compiler, now I will create the table. Okay, so please wait. Now create table name here. Okay, the table is created. Okay, how we will show the details of table? Select start from students. Okay, so any information is available in the students table? No, up to now there is no information is available. Now I will insert some data into that particular table. Okay, so please wait. So here the data. So what is the syntax for inserting the data? Insert into students. Okay, so insert into table name, insert into table name. Okay, so what are the fields available in the table? SID, name, age, GPA. The fields are available. Now my aim is to insert the values for that each field. So here I will assign the value for SID is 1, name as Bharat, age is 29, GPA is 7.1. Okay, so now I will retrieve the information from the students table. So up to now the information available is one row of information is available. Now we will insert the another data. Okay, so now I will insert the data with SID2. Next, the name is assigned another name. So like no problem. So age is I will assign the value 30. So GPA is 8.1. Okay, now we will retrieve the information from the students table. So select to start from students. So up to now, 2 rows are available in the table. Now we will discuss another way also how to insert the data. Another way also is available. That is, so simply we will insert just with the help of students. Here the fields are not mandatory. Okay, so now we will check the syntax also. So now I will assign insert into students only. Okay, already what are the fields available in the students already the table knows. Okay, so now I will assign another name Razu. Okay, here the age is 32, the GPA is 9.1. Okay, so here the data insertion is completed. Now I will retrieve the information from the students. So up to now 3 rows are available. Now we will assign another information. So now actually now I will assign the SID as 4. Next name as another name Rani. Okay, now just I will assign the age is G. Actually, the age is G is not a related to age data type. Okay, but I will check it. Okay, so row is created, but so please observe here. SID 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, names. Okay, age 29, 30, 32. What is the meaning of G here? According to the rules, the age less than 0 is not accepted. The age characters or strings are not accepted. What is the meaning of age? Just 1, 2, 3, 4 like that only. Okay, but here the age G is also created. Now we will rectify this type of problems. Okay, actually this type of problem is called as domain constraints. Okay, so domain constraints. Okay, so actually at the time of creation, we will consider the age as characters. That's why the age G is also accepted by the our compiler. Now we will find out the solution for that point of view. So that's why now we will create another table with the good information. Okay, so now so at the time of table creation, you will create suitable data types. SID means student ID means suppose we will consider Y19 CS1231. In that the mixed is available. That means the characters and numbers are mixed. That's why we will consider that is the string name. In the name also the collection of alphabets. That's why we will consider the data type character. What is the meaning of age? So actually in the last time, that means in the previous table, the mistake is here we will consider the age as characters. That is not correct. Okay, that's why. So at the time of table creation, the data type plays an important role. Okay, suppose we will do any mistake at the time of creation of tables, definitely that will be affected on the tables. Okay, that's why the data type assigning of data type is definitely go through a good manner. Okay, so now we will insert this table. Okay, so already students table is available. That's why here I am indicated the students one. Okay, so students one. I will created with the students one. Now we will check it what happened. Okay, so now we will move to the compiler. So with the help of this syntax, we will create another table. Create table students one with the fields SID, name, age, integer. Please observe here. Actually, in the previous, we will declare the age as string, but here we will mention that is as integer. Okay, so now we will create the table, create the information into the, we will insert the information into the students one table. Okay, so already we have the information. Now please, so already we know the syntax, how to insert the data into the tables. Okay, so with the help of that syntax, now I will insert the information. Insert into students one SID one, no problem. Name Bharat, no problem. Age. So actually here we will assign the age as integer. So please observe that any errors are occurred or not. Okay, no problem, because here we will consider the integer 29. Okay, so the age is 29, so no problem. Suppose we will give any other syntax. Okay, so suppose here I will mention the age as G. Okay, now we will check it that is accepted or not. Please observe the error, my dear student, my dear friends. What error we occurred? Unknown column G in field list. Okay, but in the students table, actually the previous table, what is the previous table? In the previous table, students, once we will select the students table, we will retrieve the information from the students table, select to start from students. Okay, actually at that time we will consider the G is also accepted by the compiler, but this time the error is received. What type of error? Unknown column small g in field list. Okay, are you observed how to rectify the, how we will rectify the domain constraints problem? With the help of suitable integer. Okay, suitable integer data type. Okay, so this is the information about, now we will check it another one. Okay, now we will check it, suppose 30 is accepted or not. Students one, 30 is accepted. Okay, no problem, because 30 is the integer. Okay, now we will check it another one. Suppose a small a. Please observe here, unknown column small a in the field list. Okay, because small a is related to the character, but at the time of creating the table, we will mention the data type as integer. That's why with the help of these syntaxes, we will find out the solution for the domain constraints. This is the information about domain constraints. In the next session, we will cover the entity integrity constraints. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.